Managing AI projects isn't like managing traditional IT or software initiatives. These projects are more fluid, more experimental, and more data-dependent. Success depends not just on writing code, but on understanding and managing data, evolving models, and aligning people with technology. So, how exactly are AI projects different? Let's begin with the foundation. An AI project is any business initiative that uses artificial intelligence or machine learning to solve problems or automate decision-making. But that definition doesn't tell you how to manage it. That's where CPMAI comes in, Cognitive Project Management for AI. Unlike traditional methods, CPMAI is built from the ground up to handle the unique demands of AI work. It's data-centric, iterative, and tailored to environments where the answer isn't always clear up front. So what goes wrong when AI projects fail? Often, it's because of bad data. Either there's not enough of it, or what you have is messy, biased, or missing key details. Other times, it's because the business and technical teams aren't aligned. Perhaps the goals aren't well defined, or there's too much focus on proving the concept without planning for scalability. Some teams fall into the trap of misunderstanding what AI can realistically do, and worse, what it can't. They overpromise, underdeliver, or fail to bridge the gap between a model in the lab and a solution in production. And finally, some teams get locked into flashy tools without asking if they're the right ones for the job. So what is different about managing AI projects? Traditional software follows rules. You define logic, and the program runs it. But AI is driven by data. It learns from patterns, not from rules. This makes its behavior probabilistic, not deterministic. It also means the requirements evolve, because as the data changes, so does the model's behavior. In traditional software, once you write the rules, they usually stay fixed. But in AI, models need continuous performance tuning and updates based on new information. This brings us to a core concept: data centricity. With AI, more data usually leads to better models. But not just any data, it has to be relevant and clean. Poor data quality can undermine even the most sophisticated models. And even after deployment, the data must be monitored. Why? Because data drift, when your input data slowly changes, can make your model less reliable over time. Many teams begin with a proof of concept, and that's fine. But POCs often operate under idealized conditions. They might use hand-picked datasets or simplified pipelines that don't match the messy reality of production. Without careful planning, the jump from prototype to real-world deployment can cause a project to stall or fail. Managing deployment in the real world takes foresight. You need to plan for model drift, set up human-in-the-loop checkpoints, and ensure your solution is explainable and compliant with regulations. AI doesn't operate in a vacuum, it affects people, decisions, and processes. Governance matters. So what project methodology should you use? Let's break it down. Waterfall offers structure, but it's too rigid for AI's evolving needs. Agile emphasizes iteration and stakeholder feedback, which is great, but it needs to be adapted for experimentation cycles common in AI work. Lean focuses on speed and efficiency, making it useful for test and learn loops. The best approach? Combine Agile with data-centric flexibility and room for experiments. That's exactly what CPMAI provides. It walks you through 6 iterative, business-aligned phases. 1. Business understanding, where you clarify the goal, define success, and ensure alignment with stakeholders. 2. Data understanding, where you assess the sources, structure, gaps, and readiness of your data. 3. Data preparation, where you clean, transform, label, and structure the data for modeling. 4. Modeling, where you test different algorithms, tune parameters, and validate your model's performance. 5. Evaluation, where you measure how well your model meets the business objectives and KPIs. 6. Deployment, where you put the model into production, monitor it, and maintain feedback loops for continuous improvement. Each step acknowledges the reality of AI development, that nothing is static, everything is connected, and the project lives or dies by the quality and lifecycle of its data. So what's the big takeaway? Managing AI projects isn't about choosing the best algorithm. It's about aligning people, data, and technology. It's about managing uncertainty with flexibility and planning. It's about resisting the hype, educating stakeholders, and building realistic, scalable systems that work in production, not just in theory. In that way, CPMAI isn't just a methodology. It's a mindset.